trust-based partnerships and how, in this particular case, France has been more willing than others to enhance India's domestic manufacturing base. And of course, you pointed out the skill set that was lost could also be recuperated because of that particular model that we followed. So, are you satisfied now that the skills that we lost have been we have gotten back?
So, it has been a kind of a long, not struggle, but a wait, I would say. Because when I was completing my tenure as CMD of Mazagon Dock, I knew the pain of losing skills and how difficult it is to revive at that time with great difficulty. First one was commissioned during my time, and so we had a lot of struggle. So since then, I had been pitching that we should not repeat this mistake. We have to continue to make a submarine in Mazagon Dock, where with great difficulty we have revived. So this was going on. I used to write some paper, send something, but nothing more happened. But I feel very satisfied and happy to say that in 2023, July, the government has taken the decision to construct 3 more Scorpion submarines in India at Mazagon Dock, and which is a very, very, I think, a correct decision. It shows the toughness, like Honorable Defense Minister was saying, that they are not in short-term gains. They are looking at long-term gains. And when we say that the government has decided to build 3 more, actually it is the potential is much, much more. See, we have today only 16 submarines commissioned with us, and out of that many are many 30 years old. They are quite old submarines. So we need numbers in quick succession. And as you are yourself an expert in this field, like Indo-Pacific is so important today to us, okay? We talk about Quad and things like that. How will we show our presence over there if we don't have the numbers with us? We have to have numbers to be sustaining in that area.
So just on that point, Admiral, Rear Admiral, we know that we don't have the numbers at the moment, and the Indo-Pacific landscape and the global landscape looks very bleak. What kind of platforms would you say we need to invest in, naval platforms at the moment, to allow us the kind of leverage that we want in the Indo-Pacific? What should be the priority areas? Because certainly we can't do everything together.
Yeah, so I think this is a very tough question, and perhaps naval strategists should answer, but I'll attempt, okay? I think if we have a permanent presence in faraway area, I think you need a task force to be sustained over there. So I will only say that you need a task force. We have at this moment 2 aircraft carriers with us, which is not sufficient. So we need something bigger than that. So although Honorable RM talked about budget is a constant. After we are not that rich. We don't have unlimited resources with us. So if you given me my wish list, I would say we should have a carrier, we should have a platform around it to protect it, because carrier has to be protected, and we need sufficient number of underwater platforms. I think this is what I would like the Navy. Maybe CNS is the more right person to speak about it, but maybe I can say like this: what we need.
No. I think private industry should also have a viewpoint there, and a rear admiral at that should also have one. But we were talking earlier about this balance between building domestic manufacturing capability, but also looking at the exports. Yeah. So how do you rate the export potential of some of these capabilities that we are developing at home?
Yeah. So I mean, this has been discussed today. 2-3 broad points I would like to make after hearing all the panelists and speeches. See, defense export is a part of foreign diplomacy. Okay. That is point number 1. Number 2, industry is not in a position to, it is not an industry topic actually. When I was CMD, sometimes my boss will tell me, why don't you go and meet somewhere, export some ships, submarines? It's not possible. Like, because we are a recipient of foreign, we know who government sells. So it is the government which has to be at the forefront. And I'm happy to see, because this was, when Dr. Kamal said today, it is driven from the top. It is happening today because it is driven from the top. So it is happening. The three important stakeholders in this: the Foreign Ministry, number one, I think our Meenakshi Lekhi was here. MOD is second, and third is industry. These three segments are to work in conjunction in New Zealand. Then only our export will take place. Okay, this is, I think, second, which was not happening earlier, but today it is happening. I think that's how the results are coming. Another point that I would like to make: it is not really difficult to export. Let us not think that do we have the capability. I would like to argue like this: if there is an equipment which is good for Army, Navy, Air Force, of Indian Army, Indian Air Force, it is good enough for most of the countries in the world. Is it not that? So it is good. Certainly good for the countries that we are targeting. It is good for neighboring countries, it is good for African countries where we are going. So there is no dearth of that what can we export. We can import, whatever we are manufacturing in India for our Indian defense forces is good enough for meeting our targets. We just have to have the will to do it. And I say again, it is a diplomatic will, it is a MOD will, it is an industry will. And it will happen.
And on another aspect which we were discussing earlier,